through, we look at this seating, 3, 4, 5. Do you guys see any movement out of the 3, 4, and 5 positions?
Well, I look at Cleveland and Philly, right? And I can see Philly, catching Cleveland and going to 3. Ooh. Cleveland possibly dropping to 4. And I think that Indiana matchup for Cleveland is a better matchup. Philly, Washington, I think that's a good matchup for Philly.
If I was Cleveland, they got 10 games left?
No, I don't even think that. 5 maybe.
5 or 10?
Yeah, about 5 or 7. Kev, how many games? And we're not talking about teams in Chicago. Don't just tell us Chicago teams.
So if I was Cleveland, I'd play out. Last 2 games, I'm resting LeBron. And wherever they sit, that's where they sit. But hopefully they're still in that 3rd spot. Like, you always want to win out, but we already know what LeBron can do, but I'm going to give him those 2 games rest and say, hey, big boy, get ready. And let the young guys play the new guys. Yeah. Y'all play these last 2 games, and then, get prepared for whoever you play in the first round.
And if I'm Philly guys, we don't even have practice, but everybody playing 48 minutes that need to play because we got to have home court advantage. I just think if we start off now with this young team, the process, and we get home court after Phillies won, after Villanova, and we get our fans behind us and we have to play hard, anything can happen in that first. BD, you don't agree? What you got?
Go on the road, man. Go on the road.
And just get destroyed?
No, you ain't going to get destroyed.
They never been to the playoffs, BD.
I think when you're young and you're on the road, it's less pressure, and you can actually go out and you don't have all the things that, that's bothering you during the day or you're thinking about it during the day, not having that home court. I think a lot of times, being an underdog a lot, we always started on the road. So it's like that mentality, like, yo, we coming in here. If we can steal one, we got it.
So when you get back home, you actually going there for one up.
Yeah,
that's a good point, B. So no letting the kids sleep in their own bed, no let them have that. That doesn't matter when you're dealing with a young team that just has to win off energy.
No, not at all. And they've been playing well at home, but you got to think about, just the playoffs, the intensity. It's your first time. I remember my first time, I was exhausted the first 2 minutes into the game. And, you guys, you play to the end, to the 4th quarter. So, just want to guard against that, I think.
I like what you're saying, but I'm going to have to disagree with you. As a young team, you know this. At the crib, with people behind you, you get to do stuff you couldn't do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So as a young team, if they're already confident, we know they're confident. So now if you boom, 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 and you got, you look in the stand, you see your family, you see your boys, and everybody's cheering you, you start doing stuff you can't do. Now you're up 2 games to nothing. Now you got that confidence. And that's what we want from a young team. We want a young team with confidence, and now they got the 2 games, so they got a little bit of playoff experience. That's what we want. I understand what you're saying, but as a youngster, I always want to start at the crib.
And I also think for 2 young teams in the playoffs, there's 2 distinct, I think, home court advantages in the East and the West. I think Utah in the West, if they can get home court, right, at some particular time, or win a game on the road and then come back and get home court.
It's gonna be a problem.
Chris, Shaq, y'all know how difficult it is to win a game in Utah.
Yeah.
And I also think Philadelphia, right? If Philly was to, get home court, or if they were to upset somebody and get a home court at some point in time during their playoff series, it's tough to win a game in Philly. Those 2 places right now, Philly and Utah, could be very difficult places to win on the road.
And those 2 rookies, if you're not going to give it to Mitchell, give it to both of them. I don't know. I don't know. You got to do the Grant Hill, J. Kidd. I don't know. Right now, Mitchell, he's the leader of that team by himself, getting his team in the West Coast, in the point guard West Coast, leading his team. Oh, my God.
Yeah, you couldn't argue. You can make the argument for either one, or you can make the argument for both, because they both have had spectacular seasons.
Oh, it's been.
You want to see some magic?
Yeah.
You see this regular paper, right? I'm going to take this pen right here, and then see how the pen just stands up on the paper?
That was magic.
Yeah, that's magic.
We'll be back.
Yeah, you don't like that magic?
Players only. Magic show.
Look, I'll take this pen
let's
right
watch
here.
it again.
Look, just take this pen right here, just make it start. Look, you can't do it, look. You can't do it.
Let's see if I can do it. Oh, man, listen. You heard our opinions on the East. Now it's time to check in the KGB Kimbonzi.
That was terrible, BD.
Aaron is 21.